Dude, it's a ghost of you from the future, just because they just have no time. That would be, dude.
Do it squirt?
Oh God.
Do you like meth? I love it. Actually, if you sell yours, I'm gonna rob you. Take your money and buy some more meth with it.
You know what? I just can't do this anymore. You're like, it's the wire thing. It's the wire thing. No hard feelings.
I get it.
Dude, I can do this shit in my sleep, dog.
We've seen it.
The beginning reel is just going to be us bantering before we even get the fucking intro done. Dude, right there. Welcome back to MMA Mathletes. My name's Sean. This is Joe. We're two casual MMA fans who happen to be degenerate gamblers. Come join us while we chase the perfect parlay each week. This week, we're breaking down UFC 326, Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. And if you enjoy our content, make sure you subscribe and hit that thumbs up button.
So this past weekend, we had Brandon Moreno versus Kavanaugh. That was a crazy card in Mexico City. We didn't get fully wiped, but we did get pretty annoyed with Zellhuber and who else?
I mean, first off, Zellhuber needs to get cut.
Cut immediately. Who is he beating?
He's beating himself.
I gotta be honest though. I was looking at his camp in the background, and they were telling him to box the whole time.
Yeah.
And he was warming up just boxing. I think he's a bad camp.
Yeah. I noticed that Nixick was not in his corner on this one as well.
Yeah, no. And I think that Nixick would have saw he's dipping his head, kick him in the head.
Yeah.
A lot more head kicks. Why are you trying to get up close with you're tall as shit. Why are you getting up close with a guy who wants to box with you?
Now that I think about it at this moment, maybe it's because he was putting all of his focus into Sean Strickland because he fought the week before. And he's like, dude, like he really needs to win this fight. And so he was like, well, you guys can figure that shit out, with him. But apparently Zellhuber can't figure shit out.
Dude, that was embarrassing. That was a really, really bad performance for Zellhuber. That was
terrible.
Really, really, really bad. Like, I can't stress how bad it was. He was like, you already know what King Green's going to do. He never faces someone like this either, like a fighter. Yeah. He faces him sideways. So he has lateral movement, move his head out of the way, doing this motion, hands down, head kick. You know what I mean? But if you go against someone like that and you're just going to box him and he's expecting you to just box with him and he's moving his head like this and he's moving lateral, well, then you shouldn't be punching directly here because he's not going to be there anymore. So he's punching and then he's looking over here. He's like, holy fuck, he's way over here. It's literally like when Flash in the Justice League, when Superman is running or when Flash is running and Superman just looks and he can gauge him the whole time. And he's like, oh, fuck. That's literally the same exact thing. He was striking and he was looking over and he was watching him not hit anywhere near King Green.
Dude, I mean, I was just so pissed off because like the whole time leading up to it until the previous podcast, I was like, Green's got this. Zellhuber's not going to learn, like like the initial, like my initial take when it was announced and we were talking about it. I was like, oh, Green's going to take that. And it's just like, and then I thought about it, I was like, no, Zellhuber's got to fucking fix himself.
If he did the same exact thing he did against Michael Johnson in this fight, he would have won. He was throwing mad head kicks the whole time. He was using his distance well. It was just that Michael Johnson's way better than he is.
I feel like there's a lot of people that were getting in their own head. Like they couldn't get out of their own way.
In the card?
On the card.
Yeah.
And Zellhuber definitely one of them. Where like he would just be standing there, like in boxing range, like you're in danger range and you're just standing there, kind of frozen in front of your opponent. We saw it with Cheeto as well.
Oh my
as
God,
well, where like
Cheeto.
He was literally like in front of David Martinez, but just not throwing anything. Like,
yeah,
and it's frustrating because I don't know if it's like a mental thing where you're just like, I don't know what it is at all. Where he's just like.
for Cheeto or Zellhuber?
For like a lot of them.
So Cheeto, I think his problem was in his camp. I think the mantra was be first, aggressive. Yeah. So what he's doing is he's walking him down, and he did a fantastic job 100% of the time walking down David. He did a great job, perfect job. The problem is he wasn't throwing.
Yeah.
So when he was walking in, he was not throwing anything. What the fuck are you doing, my guy?
Yeah.
He's just walking in with no threats. He's not trying to score any points. And then he's just getting battered. And then the guy just circles out. And then he goes and he finds him again. He puts that really, really good pressure no pace.
It's annoying because it's really good pressure. And then another thing is that he has a really good kick. Like he can like kick really well when people are circling out. Like we saw it with him versus Dominic Cruz, where it's like, oh, that was a really sick knockout. Yeah, that's because you were pressuring him, and then he had to eventually circle out, right? You caught him with the head kick. Boom, he's done. Could have done that at any point against David Martinez. And he rocked David Martinez a couple times where it's like, dude, like, you could do this, but you just got to put the pedal to the metal.
But you just heard of his corner, Perillo, just screaming that he had to get going.
Yeah. Like, I just don't know what he's doing in there.
He's done.
Yeah.
Cheeto's done. There's nothing about it. Cheeto's done. Zellhuber, if he doesn't change, he's done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would cut Zellhuber, and maybe he goes into like they do like an Ultimate Fighter season.
Oh,
or
that'd
something
be
like
sick.
that.
I would love to see him in Ultimate Fighter season.
Yeah, just show him, yo, dude, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like, you need to grow as a fighter. It just sucks because he got highlighted and he looked like dog shit. You know, like sometimes you get highlighted and it's like you were good, and then or maybe you just kind of got pressured and then you got put out. He was getting his ass beat, and then he just got highlighted.
You don't think that they should give him one more 40-year-old fighter that's supposed to be retired to knock him out?
Dude, that's so tough, brother.
That's rough.
Like, someone is 40, then another person is 40.
He's doing the reverse of the Jake Paul right now.
Yeah, he's about to get fucking clipped by Jim Miller. And then just fucking...
Call it a day.
Yeah, just... You don't come back from that at that
that's
point.
scrapped. That's chalked right there.
Dude, that's so brutal, man.
And then, do you think that Brandon Moreno won that fight or didn't win that fight? I had it split decision. Brandon Moreno, because it's Mexico City, winning that fight.
Yeah, I mean...
But
I'm very...
Kavanaugh's fucking good.
Oh,
dude.
Kavanaugh is really good. He did way better than I thought he was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's so difficult with heavyweight and it's so difficult with flyweight because it's like everything else is almost MMA math. You know, like there's little things here and there, but like
it's like number 10 wouldn't beat number 3.
Yeah, or like,
but this one's like Mr. Unranked just beat number 6.
Yeah, like it's like when we see Zellhuber, right? He got beat by Michael Johnson, and we're like, oh, we think that Michael Johnson or King Green is as good or maybe a little bit better even than Michael Johnson, right? He's like in that same category. So therefore we're like, oh, he would beat him, but not really, you know, because, you know, he's a younger fighter and stuff like that. But we went with our initial gut of, oh, you know, traditional MMA math, he would win. It's correct. The math was right. The math was mathing. But flyweight is like, and heavyweight as well, is like, it's almost like the weirdest game of rock, paper, scissors, where it's like, yeah, this person will beat that person, but then that person will also beat that person, but this person will not beat this person because that person, and you're just like,
it's
what?
a huge love triangle and everyone has each other's numbers.
Yeah, seriously. It's like Brendan Moreno, he gets beat by Tatsu Taira, right? Mm-hmm. But Tatsu Taira lost to Brendan Ravel, which also he lost to, like, you know, like you get this weird trail of people that is just like, what? Like it's like every other division, it's like it kind of goes up the logic trail where you're like, okay, well that person beat that person, which means that they should beat that person, which they do beat that person, and you know, and on and so forth. So it's just so weird, man. You just never really know.
And then you have that Taryn chick who came in. First off, what a catfish. Everyone on the internet was blowing her up, saying she was like this hot girl. What a catfish. I love the memes that came out where she looked like a female Shrek. That shit killed me. That was so fucking funny. But I just got to be that guy. She's not that good.
I mean, I think that she's exciting to watch. Like, I think that her style, she's very forward pressing. Like, she's going to bring the fight. I don't think she'll be champion because I think there's way too many flaws that she would have to overcome. But at least she'll make for fun fights.
Yeah.
You know, that's the important thing as well.
She's just too tough. She can't get knocked. A lot of those shots were landing because her hands were down like by her hips the whole time. And the slow-mos were nasty when she was just getting pummeled. Some big, heavy shots. Yeah, she's just too hard to knock out. That's the only reason she won. She's going to keep doing that too, that same method where she tries to get in these firefights because she won't get knocked, and she'll eventually land something because she's just throwing everything.
But her corner was so smart. So their corner, they knew that the first 2 rounds were toss-ups. And so she goes in the corner in the second round. They're like, you're down 2-0. Okay. Like, you're going to have to try to get a finish right here. You know, you just don't know what's going on. Like, that was such great corner work because she couldn't let go of the gas pedal. She was like, okay, well, I might have to finish her. Like, let's just try to get this shit done. Great corner work.
Yeah. I just wish there's more technique.
Oh yeah.
She had really good clinch game. Really good clinch game. I enjoyed that a lot. Really sharp with the clinch. But yeah, no, she's not going to get, like, she won't be champ, and she's not going to get like really, really high. Like, she's not going to be top 5, I don't think. She's really young. I understand she's really young.
I was like, she's super young.
But she has a lot of flaws that she needs to work on before she can even think about becoming champ. Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited to see where she goes from here, though.
You know, I was excited for
Who?
When we were saying Ryan Ganja, first round knockout. And what happened? What happened, Sean?
First round knockout.
First round knockout. That happened on our live stream. We called the first round knockout. On our podcast last week, we said first round knockout, or we said knockout.
Yeah.
And we joked that it might have been first round. But in real life, we had a live bet on our stream, first round knockout, and it hit. And some people hit on our live stream. You also welcome.
So how vindicated do you feel? You know, just coming back from originally thinking that Jose Medina was this guy that was a lock of the week to just come back full circle and just, you know, kill those demons.
I thought that Jose Medina was Michael Aswell for the longest time. I was so dead set. Everyone was like, whoa, that's a crazy pick. You think Jose Medina's going to win? I'm like, that guy's a killer. Yeah, Jose Medina's not a killer. That guy is a slouch, and that guy gets knocked like crazy. But I'm also happy that we hit one of our spicy parlays that was on our Patreon. Our Patreon is patreon.com/MMAthletes. For only $1 a month, you get our extra boxing podcast episode. You get our spicy picks for our UFC event. And then you get our free content as well, which is like this, all written out. So pretty nice. Yeah, our spicy parlay was Francis Marshall, moneyline, Christian Quiones, moneyline, Edgar Charas, moneyline, and then Damian Piñas to win KO TKO. So nice little bonus right there. So that makes up for Zellhuber being a complete scrub. And also, we knew that Cheeto wasn't going to win. We just hoped that he was going to come out and he was going to get that shit done.
It's like an abusive relationship.
Very abusive.
Yeah, you're just hoping. You're hoping he's willing to change, you know?
He's going to change. I can change him.
And then we also had that other one not go our way. De Silva.
Oh my God, De Silva. Can you imagine? The guy, he hears the clapper. Doom, doom, doom. 10 seconds. Veteran personality kicked in. He was like, hey, Herb. He goes like this. He points at him like, dude, don't do it. So he goes and he shells up and he gets hit a bunch because he's just going to wait it out because he's going to start out the next round standing. And he's like, well, then I'm just going to go gas pedal and knock this guy out. I've already rocked him once. Now I know what I have to do. I have to just beat him real quick. So he does that. 9 seconds later, Herb stops it with the last second. What a fucking idiot. He got up and he was like confused. He was like, not confused like I'm disoriented from punches. Confused like, why the fuck did you stop that? That was crazy. I'm right here. He stood up normal. He wasn't hurt or anything. Crazy to me. He was more hurt when he went to the ground than when he was getting slapped in the face or whatever. Those weren't even big shots. Crazy to me. That made me so mad. So if De Silva won or lost, it should be his choice for the next round because he did that for 1 second, right? Imagine if someone was like, hey, man, I'll give you the opportunity. Let's say he gets 40 to show, 40 to win, right? I'll give you the opportunity to win $40,000 if you enter that second round. You'd be like, okay, yeah, cool. Sounds good. But then someone goes and rips it away from you at the last second and you're completely with it. Dude, I'd be pretty pissed. I don't know about you guys. I'd be pretty pissed.
I completely agree.
Getting your paycheck cut in half because Herb Dean wants to just go ahead and stop it a second early. Bro, it's 1 second. You don't think it could last 1 second? His head wasn't bouncing off the canvas. He wasn't out. Just 1 second. Dude, come on now.
I think it's weird because, like, some of these are just, again, super inconsistent. Like, they're so light compared to other weight classes, obviously, you know, due to physics. And, Like you'll have heavyweights that are just their head is just getting pummeled into the ground, and they're like, see, is a guy out? Is he not out? But these lighter ones that are just getting like these little like pillow hand fucking hammer fists that aren't really doing that much damage. They're like, oh shit, we got to make sure that this person's safe. What? Like, I don't know. That's very confusing to me. It's for how objective they should be. They seem to be very subjective.
Yeah, that was very dumb. And it's gotta be a money thing.
I mean,
just saying.
Tinfoil hat.
Tinfoil hat. Put that shit on, boy. Well, we have the same thing every week. It's always Jon Jones. He just announced that he is in negotiations for the White House. He came out publicly. He was at an event and he said, "Hey guys, I just want to let you guys know. You guys are the first people to know. I'm actually in talks with the White House. I'm talking to the Prez right now. No, he's like, I am in talks right now with Dana White and the UFC, and we're gonna try to make that White House thing happen. He's in negotiations. He said he's like, I can't wait to fight for America. So pretty excited if it happens. But I mean, we'll see, man. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, it's got to be Pereira, right?
Of course it's Pereira. Yeah, that's the only fight to make.
Yeah, and if it happens, if that becomes the fight, I'm so excited. I'm changing shifts so fast. I'm so excited for this White House card.
I would put.
I'm a shill now.
I'd put every cent that I had on Pereira getting submitted.
Oh yeah, he's taking that shit down.
Yeah, there's no way he's standing with Pereira.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and his hips and everything. He's like, nope.
Yeah,
we're gonna make this a short night.
100%. But it's fun. Like
it is fun. You don't want to see Battle of the Eye Pokes, him versus Gon.
Alex Pereira versus Gon?
No. Battle of the Eye Pokes. Jon Jones.
No, Jon Jones already beat his ass.
You want to see it again?
Round two.
Round two.
No, he already proved that USA is better than France. No, I'm just kidding.
And then last night, you had the RAF. You had Armin Sarukian get into it with, what's his name? George
Poulos?
Yeah.
Poulos?
Wow. Dana's pretty pissed about that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I understand he's trying to do a bunch of these antics for publicity because he knows that it's making him a commodity in the market because he wants to get that gold. But you're also shooting yourself in the foot with some of these antics. Like, you're already on the shit list where it's like, Dana's like, yo, dude, you're going to have to run through every fucking person imaginable. You're going to have to fight Jon Jones. If you beat Jon Jones, you might be able to go for the belt. Like you have to go through so many hoops. And now you're doing this as well, where like
he's giving him a reason.
Yeah.
And he's like, and Dana's like, oh, fuck, man, I'm probably going to have to let him fight for the belt soon. And then he does this. He's like, yeah,
thank God I didn't do that.
He's like, yeah, I don't know what these antics are he's doing, but we're definitely going to take in consideration all of this stuff in the future because we can't have that stuff. It looks poorly on the UFC. Like, it's so funny. It's like he just does not want Armin to fight at all.
Dude, it's just like, yeah, he's like, dude, just give me a reason to cut you. I wish that could just fall into my lap. He's just like, oh, perfect.
Yeah. Now we have JDM versus Carlos Prates, May 2nd. Who do you have?
I currently have
knee jerk.
I want to say it's going to be JDM. I think JDM takes that. I think he wants to get back that belt really bad. And I think that, dude, his boxing is so fucking good. He like rips to the body like a motherfucker. I don't know. It's going to be a really good fight though, regardless. But Carlos Prates has that power, man.
Yeah, I have JDM 100%. If he gets overwhelmed on the feet by Prates or if he hurts JDM, I think JDM has enough grappling to just take him down and make it hell for Prates.
Yeah.
Finish it on the ground or just survive.
That's true.
I think JDM takes that.
Also, he throws a lot more volume than Prates. Prates is known to like
weight.
Mm-hmm. Almost not as much like Cheeto, but like kind of like Cheeto, where it's like my quality strikes are going to beat your quantity of strikes. But the problem is that JDM also throws quality and quantity. So,
dude, when he threw that combination against
Kevin Holland, that's one of my favorite combinations ever. Dude, it's so pretty.
He egged him on and then did that.
Yeah.
Fucking so sick. I was there live when he did that.
You were just in the building, just
I
watching
was.
it?
It was.
Oh shit! It was.
I was in the building watching it. Yeah,
dude, Mr. West was in the building.
Dude,
that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, holy shit! Like watching that live, I was like, dude, you guys don't even know what you guys are witnessing right now. You know what I mean? Like, crazy.
Isn't that weird when you're with someone that doesn't know fighting, and they're watching something, and you're like so impressed with it because you're like, oh my god, dude. Like Islam, you see like how he works on the ground, or any of his
he's so dominant,
dude, or his trips, like how clever he is with not using takedowns because that takes too much, like overall cardio out of you. He uses trips to save cardio, and it's like you see all that, and you're like, oh god, that is so nice. But then other people are looking at it, and they're like, okay, like this is a fight, this is interesting, this is like competitive, and you're like, but you just don't understand. Like this is so sick.
Yeah. I'm such a big fan of trips over takedowns.
Yeah.
Like when John Jones was against Daniel Cormier and he's running away and he does that and he trips his ass.
Yeah.
So sick, dude. That's so disrespectful.
I mean, it's just the smarter way of taking someone down, in my opinion.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, doing an actual takedown, it's like you have to run the pipe and then you gotta,
I don't know, man. A really sick, like penetration double is sick to me.
Oh yeah,
like, that's really cool. Like not the tackle one, but like the one where they slide nicely and like
that one's
in
sick.
the UFC. I'm like, dude, that's crazy to pull off.
Or the one with like the dump, like the Cormier one. That one's sick too. Yeah, dude. I like that.
The big single dump.
Yeah. Like there's obviously like cool moments of that, but like in terms of efficiency, I think Trips really
he really was the strongest little milk dud, just dumping people, dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
dude. But dude, his unending just willpower is just so sick.
Dude, incredible fighter.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're supposed to be announcing all the fights for UFC this week.
Supposed to be. I'm assuming that after the card this weekend, they're gonna be like, all right, guys, just so you know, Michael Chandler will not be fighting on the UFC White House card. This is who's fighting on the White House card, you know?
That's what they should have done. They should have just done like a week by week drop of each fight. If it's going to be that big of a card, you're just like, they're like, oh yeah, it's going to be this person versus this person. And you're like, oh, is that going to be, I guess that's a weird thing for the main event. And then it's like, oh, no. That's just one of the fights. And then next week, they just do another one.
How impressive is it though that Dana White has kept us in such like tight wraps? Like that nothing's really leaked.
Oh, that's so impressive, honestly.
Like so much misinformation's been leaked, but no real hard evidence. Like we're like, oh yeah, we're thinking Ferreira and John Jones. Like that's all speculative, but that's like a really good chance. That's like the only one we know for pretty much certain.
Yeah.
Even we don't even know if Connor's actually going to be on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If Connor is on there, what do you think is the current matchup?
So that's interesting. That depends on this weekend. So if this weekend happens and Max Holloway doesn't take too much damage and he fucks up Oliveira, then Max Holloway versus him.
Dude, that would be pretty sweet.
I would be obsessed with that. I don't want to see Oliveira versus him though.
Versus Connor?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I don't want to see that. I want to see Max Holloway rematch Connor.
Yeah.
He opened his career and then he shuts out his career. That'd be pretty cool.
Be pretty fucking sweet.
I'm getting a bunch of people in here. They're gonna be like, it wasn't his first fight in the UFC. Actually, in the first fight in the UFC, I'm like, just shut the
yeah,
dude.
It's more dramatic if I say it like that.
You see all the people that are just shitting on the video right now? They're like, actually, Kimbo Slice was in UFC 3, 4, and 2. Actually, he was also in UFC 5. He was actually a created character also in UFC Beta. It's like, shut the.
Isn't it weird that I literally say it at the end of the video and they just completely gloss over that? Yeah. Like I already corrected you. Why were you correcting a correction? Like you were already corrected.
I mean, maybe that was my plan, just to get more comments.
It's called rage bait, dog. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, but even me, I was like, no, I'm like 99% certain he's in like 3 UFC games.
Yeah.
And I looked it up and I was like, oh, guess he wasn't in any UFC games. Maybe I'm just fucking high.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just high on pot news.
They just put in like the code, they put his full actual name. I don't know what it is. It's like Keith or something like that, you know, like just
it's like Steven.
His name is Keith Slice.
Yeah.
You want a slice of Keith?
Yeah.
But what's it called? They put that in the code. So then when chat is looking for it, they can't find Kimbo. They're looking because it's his full like real name.
Fucking so annoying though.
Oh, chat can be just so annoying.
Yeah. AI in general sucks. All right, before we get into this week's fight picks, we are going live on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube this Saturday. We will be reacting and live betting on each fight. So win big, lose big. You don't want to miss it.
First fight up is Luke Fernandez versus Rodolfo Bellato. Who you got?
I have Luke Fernandez. I am not high on, I say it, Rodolfo?
Rodolfo.
I knew I was going to pronounce it wrong.
Jeong.
I'm not high on him, though. He has no cardio. Hands are always around his pockets. He throws 1 to 2 punches at a time. He had the whole weird instance with Paul Craig where like he was all fucked up because the up kick, and then he tried to like fight the ref and was like seizing on the ground and like just weird. It was super weird. I don't know. I just think that he's not that good. And I think that everyone's psyching him up to be good, but he's not that good. I think the striking advantage goes with Luke. I think Luke can set up his shots. He has a really good right hand. And I think that, this could be a knockout. I'm not going to say it's my lock of the week, but I definitely see him getting finished.
I have Rodolfo, money line.
Fucking boo.
He has the height and reach advantage. Fernandez could be that guy and just put him out in the first round. But if he doesn't put him out in the first round, I think that Rodolfo's overall experience in the UFC will ultimately carry him to a decision. I think that Luke will fade after the first round, though, and he would just get a decision. It wouldn't be a fun fight. If it is a fun fight, it's going to be Luke Fernandez knocking him out in the first round, though.
Yeah, fucking boo.
And that's my lock. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not super high on either one of these guys, so we can do Luke Fernandez.
It's not that I'm super high on Luke Fernandez. I just think that Rodolfo sucks.
I also don't like Rodolfo Bellato either. So
should we team up against it?
Yeah, out of pure pettiness and hatred.
Team no Bellato.
Yeah, no gelato for Bellato. You know what I'm saying, dog? Thing I say. Yeah, so we could definitely do Luke Fernandez. More than I think about it, fuck Bellato.
Good. Fuck Bellato, dude.
Yeah.
Dude's name rhymes with gelato, but he sucks.
Next fight up is Jeong Lee versus Gaston Bolanos. Who you got?
I have Bolanos on this. He is a complete animal. He had a different fight before this, and then it just got changed last minute. I think he's gonna win, especially on the short notice. He's just a dog, man. He lost against Kwang Lee last time, but Kwang Lee is also a beast. His girlfriend is Muay Thai princess Desiree Wodecker, I think you say her name, and she is a complete animal. Trains out of CSA, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trains out of CSA. Complete dog, though. This fool, his ground game is ass, but his stand-up is really fun to watch. And I think with a short notice fight, I think he could take this one on the feet. Anyone who loses against Hyder Emil, I think Gaston's better than Hyder Emil, especially on short notice. So I think this guy wins. I think Gaston wins.
I was gonna have the fighter.
I had the other guy.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
It's also a tricky thing for the previous fight because you was coming down from lightweight and then Gaston is coming up from bantamweight. So I was like, okay, well, there's clear disadvantage on that because if he can bring his power down to 145, even just a little bit of it, and then just get a little bit faster, that's dangerous. And then Gaston is going to be maybe a little bit more powerful, but he's going to lose a lot of speed. And I was like, I think that's going to be where everything trips up.
And then the cut as well will be a little bit harsher, and he'll have less fluid in his brain, so he might be able to get the light shut on him.
For you?
Yeah. So it's interesting.
Oh, yeah, I guess,
you know what I mean? So it becomes interesting.
Yeah, it does be. And I don't know, you is a little bit more well-rounded as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeong can definitely get it done if he gets it to the ground. I just don't know if he gets it to the ground. So I'm picking Bolanos. I think he's just a little bit more experienced. And the fact that he has a full fight camp versus a guy that's coming in a couple days notice, which is kind of weird to say because, we've seen it before where, someone comes up to Brandon Moreno and beats Brandon Moreno on short notice. But
I was just about to bring that up.
No, to be fair, that was like a couple weeks notice. He had like probably a month.
Oh, okay.
to
So
prepare.
gotcha. So it'd be more like a girl comes up and is like, "Hey, Ernesta, like let's get this on,"
Yeah, exactly.
and then beats her ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So if he can get on the ground though, it's gonna get really, really dicey with Jeong Lee, because Lee does have a lot of submissions in his game. He's submitted his opponents, I think, like 4 or 5 times so far.
That's his path to victory.
Yeah.
Though.
So, but definitely can get it done. He does have sneaky power too. He's definitely like, put people out with a couple of hooks there. I'm just saying. Next fight up is Rafael Tobias versus DR Norzgajai. Who you got?
I have Rafael in this one. I think it's a better stand-up game, better ground game. I think he's more well-rounded in general. I think DR is, he's been submitted in his first 2 UFC fights, Kimura, and then he got an Ezekiel choke. I just think that this is going to be an easy fight for Rafael.
I agree. I think that Rafael is going to win this one. He is coming out shoot to boxing as well, which is going to help obviously just level him up. His stand-up is going to be better because of that. His grappling is going to be excellent because of that. And I just think that DR is not going to have any answers to the problems that he's going to face with Rafael. Next fight up is Sumudaerji versus Jesus Aguilar. Who you got?
I have Jesus Aguilar, but I think it's going to be by submission. He's kind of a decision fighter, but before the UFC, he was a very big submission fighter. He has like 7 submissions in his career, and his opponent has been submitted 6 times. So apparently someone's not learning the ground game. I think that he is a very good decision fighter, meaning he can like stay away from imminent danger. I think he'll be able to take it to the ground when he wants to, if he needs to, and submit him. I think his easiest path to victory would be just to take this guy down and submit him right away.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting fight because you have one side where you have the shorter fighter. He's more well-rounded, has all the tools to win, versus the other fighter that has the 5-inch height advantage, the 10-inch reach advantage. Like that's just crazy. Has potentially the touch, man. Like he can touch you and it hurts. I'm gonna go with option 1 though. I'm gonna go with Jesus to win this. If there's one hole in this guy's game, as you said, it's submissions, grappling in general. He gets submitted like a motherfucker, dude.
Like a motherfucker.
If he can keep it at arm's length and try to keep Jesus away from him and just keep it on the outside, he can win it by decision. I just don't see that happening. I think that Jesus, once he gets into boxing range, will be able to get it to the ground. And then I honestly see either a guillotine, because he has a sick-ass guillotine, or a rear naked choke from this. Next fight up is Cody Durden versus Nyamjargal Tumendemberel. Who you got?
I have the art of knockout on this one. I love his fighting style. He's got such good pace. Got great grappling that nullifies Cody Durden's. I think it's going to be either a war or it's going to be over early. I hope he's ready for 3 rounds of just pressure and pace the entire time if he can't finish Cody. I have him winning by decision. I have him winning by submission. However it gets done, I see him winning every path. I just think it's going to be a very hard path, no matter what. One of my favorite things is watching that video where he's beating that guy's ass against the cage, and then the guy starts running away from him, and he goes and he corners him again, and he tries to do it a 3rd time. He's like, oh, fuck this guy. Kicks out his leg, and then he just technical submits him. He just puts the guy out with a rear naked choke, just lays him out. He's just asleep and walks away.
Gangster shit.
So gangster, bro.
I also have Tumendemberel to win this.
The art of knockout.
I don't know if the actual fight is going to be fun, but on paper, definitely an interesting fight. They both have similar styles where like most of their success comes from dirty boxing, clinching, grappling, things like that. I just feel like the art of knockout.
Yes, sir.
I just feel like it runs at a different level than Durden, and we're going to see it in this fight where everything that he does is kind of like Cody Durden, but it's going to be a little bit better than Cody Durden. And he's ultimately, I see him honestly getting the submission on this. Yeah, I think that he is most likely going to get this submission, most likely probably like round 2. If not, then I would see decision. Next fight up we have is Ricky Turcios versus Alberto Montes. Who you got?
I have Ricky on this. This is an easy fight. He has too much like pressure. He loves to get in those back and forth wars. Alberto, he just gets walked down way too much. He allows his opponent to push him against the fence. He throws one or maybe two strikes. They're kind of looping. They're not very straight. Oh man, I just think that I think Ricky's light years above this guy. I think Ricky's just gonna walk him down. Alberto's way too slow. Ricky's way too fast, and Alberto's way too predictable.
I agree. I have Ricky Turcios to win this money line. I love me some Turcios. He is an absolute dog. He throws very straight punches. He's exceptionally well-rounded. He has very good striking. He has great ground game. The only path to victory I see with Alberto is the ground. He is a submission specialist, but I think that Turcios' ground game can ultimately even out on that plane. Turcios is fighting at featherweight for this, was kind of interesting. You know, normally he fights at bantamweight. And also, fun fact, he beat Steve Garcia in the regional circuit, which, I mean, if you know who Steve Garcia is, like, that's impressive. I was like looking through on Tapology and I was like, hold up, there's a bunch of Steve Garcias. I got to click on this to make sure. It was Steve Garcia. And I was like, oh shit. Like, dude, he's a real one. I'm just saying.
When was that?
I don't know, like the regional circuit. So probably, 5-6 years ago, I would say. But it's like, that's so sick.
Steve Garcia is so good.
Yeah, Steve Garcia is that guy. So to have a win on him at any point in his career is an impressive thing to have.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Big time.
Yeah.
I beat him in third grade. I'd be like, damn, no way. Really?
Hell yeah, dude.
Good for you, my guy.
Yeah, big ups, dude. Next fight up is a switch up. It was supposed to be Donte Johnson versus Dusko Todorovic, but now it's Donte Johnson versus Cody Brundage. Who do you got?
I definitely have Donte Johnson on this. First off, Cody Brundage, I just think that he's kind of on a little tough patch in his career. Donte Johnson is an absolute animal. He fought on the Contender Series at heavyweight. He's fought light heavyweight. This is at middleweight. Brother, he doesn't give a fuck. It's insane. I think he's just going to walk through Brundage. I think it's going to KO him.
This is actually my lock of the week. I'm riding with Donte Johnson. I've been riding with him this whole time, ever since I saw him on the Contender Series. I think he's that guy. He has an unending gas tank thanks to his background in other sports like, football and all that stuff. Cody can definitely like make it sort of interesting if he paces himself. But that's the problem is like if you pace yourself with him, he can stay at such a high level and kind of redline himself for 3 rounds. He can do that because like he just has the cardio and gas tank for that. And so you have to prepare the fact that he's just going to pressure you like that. And I think that Donte Johnson most likely will get the KO, but he could definitely get a submission. So maybe if you have one of those sports books where you could do like the double chance, because I just don't see it going to the decision at all. I think he's either going to put him out or he's going to submit him.
Yeah, I think his cardio when he gets to that light of weight, his power is not going to be too bad. And I think he's just going to fucking annihilate him. Also, I'm pretty sure he trained out of Black Widow MMA in Austin as well. And everyone was super high on him over there. So.
Yeah. Well, like some people just get it, like his, for some reason, he just gets that how his hand is supposed to connect to your chin. And he puts people out. That's just how it is. And then, some people don't get it. He does. Next fight up is Cody Garbrandt versus Xiao Long. Who you got?
Obviously, I do not have Cody Garbrandt. He's just gun shy, and he's just a shell of the Garbrandt that we used to know. And the Garbrandt we loved, the one that went on that 12-fight win streak, came out, had the best fight ever in UFC. Like, it's my favorite fight of all time against Dominic Cruz. We saw how he struggled against Briseis. I think that the grappling is going to be too much for him. I know that he has Ohio State on his side and all this stuff, but I think that it's going to be a decision. I think he's going to squeak a decision. or he might get clipped. Who knows if he gets clipped, or he gets clipped and goes to the ground and gets submitted. I just don't see it. We saw it in the Figueiredo fight where he got clipped and then he got submitted. Cody has only won 2 fights since 2017. So you got to imagine that was 9 years ago. So him getting into the cage, he's probably thinking that. I guarantee you that's going to play a factor in this fight. Man, if I lose this fight, there's no way in hell I'm still in the UFC. That's all it's playing in his head.
Just because I have to, I'm riding with Cody. Money line. We can go with Xiao Long, but for my my psyche, I have to go Cody.
In that case, we need to go Cody Garbrandt knockout and just call it a day.
Dude, the thing is, I don't know. I'm too much of a fanboy. I'm so biased on it. I'm just hoping at some point he comes in. I mean, I think he has gas left in the tank, and I think he has something to prove. I think his back is against the wall, and as you said, I think he is going to go in this knowing this might be my last fight in the UFC.
Bro, I'm a huge fan of Cody Garbrandt. If you want to do Cody Garbrandt, we can do Cody Garbrandt.
I just want to do the Cody Garbrandt for the bit.
For the people, I wouldn't do Cody Garbrandt. Let's do Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, gotta have some loyalty out here,
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Cody Garbrandt, and I don't know. It's the same thing as Cheeto. It's just I'm just banking it on the hope that he comes out the Cody Garbrandt that I want to see, and he can definitely get it done.
We saw that in the Cheeto fight, how well that worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Xiao Long though is it's a pretty decent matchup. I think Xiao Long he's got good grappling, but it's not levels above Cody's. It's like, it's pretty good, right? The people that he's gone up against that have definitely out-grappled him are really good grapplers. I would consider Barceas a really good grappler. I would consider Figueiredo one of the all-time greats in grappling. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I think that he's honestly up there. He has some really slick ground game. I don't know. Cody Garbrandt, I think that the people that he's fought has been a higher caliber as well. And I think he's like younger than I think he is, right? He's like under 35.
Who?
Cody?
Yeah, he must be.
We got.
I think he's 34.
I can check it right now.
How old is Cody Garbrandt?
34. So he's not 1,000 years old. He's still in his prime.
He's just very chinny. That's the thing.
He is very chinny.
I think when he gets touched, I think he goes, "Oh shit! Hopefully I don't get put out."
But I think with the mindset that he's like, this is gonna be my last ride anyways. Like, if I lose by decision, doesn't matter because I'm gonna be out. I need a win no matter what. I think he's gonna be like, you know what? What's one more knockout? You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like if I was in his shoes, I get put out one more time. Like I'm getting put out of the UFC anyways. I might as well follow my sword or follow.
I guess. I just feel bad. That guy's life from how many times he's been knocked out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that I'm gonna ride with him, and
Let's do it.
And if he loses and he gets put out in the UFC, at least I have a clear conscience, knowing that I rode with him until he left.
If you see him in the streets of Vegas, he won't try to beat you up.
100%. He'll
spark me.
Yeah. Next fight up is Gregory Rodrigues versus Brunno Ferreira. Who you got?
This is my lock of the week. This is an easy one. Brunno Ferreira, knockout. He's going to knock out RoboCop. Guaranteed.
Dude, how sweet is our locks of the week? Both of them knockouts?
Dude, 100%.
That's fun.
And our locks have been hitting too.
Yeah.
Brunno Ferreira, he has heavy hands. And if you hit RoboCop with enough power, it doesn't have to be a lot, just enough, he will get dazed or he will go down. You see it in like almost every fight. He gets wobbled. And when Brunno smells blood, he's going to go for it. When RoboCop gets wobbled, he doesn't move his head. His head stays in the exact same position. His upper body is like the super tight thing. There's a reason they call him RoboCop. You know what I mean? Brunno Ferreira is going to knock his ass out within 2.
I also have Ferreira moneyline. I think he's going to knock him out. I think it's pretty cut and dry. I think that Gregory Rodrigues can get knocked. We've seen it because Brunno Ferreira knocked him. If he can be more defensively sound, he does throw more volume than Brunno. So, I mean, he could get it done by decision. I don't think that he's knocking Brunno. I don't think he's submitting Brunno. But if he could try to get Brunno against the cage and then he's, throwing just straight shots and staying, defensively sound and, trying to do all that, he can squeak out a decision with Brunno. But if at any point Brunno touches his chin with his fist, he's going to get his lights put out. And I think that's what's going to happen, honestly. So I think that's a pretty solid lock in my opinion. All right. Next fight up is my favorite fight of the card. It is Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson. Who you got?
Big Drew Dober guy.
Big Drew Dober guys.
I have Michael Johnson to win this. Michael Johnson, I think his movement is going to be too much for Drew. I think Drew's last fight, he dug really deep, and it was really hard for him to get that win, and I really enjoyed that win. I don't think he's going to get it against Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson is that guy. He's defying age right now. He's looking incredible. We saw in the Zellhuber fight, his movement, especially when he gets warmed up in that second and third round, he's just a beast. If you listen to any of the stories of anyone that sparred with him, he spars with heavy people. He spars with Kamaru in his offseason, and when Kamaru was Kamaru, and he was able to, drop Kamaru. So I think he gets it done against Drew Dober. Love Drew Dober, love Michael Johnson, but I think that Drew Dober, on top of everything, is going to, if he gets knocked, I think he's putting down the gloves.
I have Drew Dober money line, or it not to go to decision. I think this is going to be a very fast-paced war. You're going to have Drew Dober, powerhouse kickboxer, and then you have Michael Johnson, the slick boxer. Classic boxer versus kickboxer matchup. I think they're both dogs, but I think that Drew Dober, he has a really good time when he goes up against boxers. And like you see it with him versus King Green. I mean, he put out King Green. And as I said last week, I feel like King Green and Michael Johnson have similar-esque styles, not one-to-one, but like how they think about the game is very similar. I can definitely see Drew Dober getting it, but regardless, I don't think that this is going to the decision. If it is, this is the fight of the night. This is going to be the absolute just slaughter fest. They're going to both look so fucking banged up if this goes to the decision. So,
yeah, I mean, we could do doesn't go to the decision.
Yeah, doesn't go the distance.
Doesn't go the distance.
Okay. You think that's going to happen as well?
Yeah, I think that either Drew Dober's going down or Michael Johnson's going down.
Yeah, like I think they're just meeting in the middle.
Yeah, I think
it's going to be a fun one.
Michael Johnson, though, his angles and his in and out is just insane. But then Drew Dober, sometimes he gets hesitant. We saw his last fight where he really was like, I need to get this victory. I need it. Yeah. So he went in and he got it done. But, I mean, we've seen him fall on his shield so many times when he does that. And I think Michael Johnson hits hard enough to make it happen.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go decision.
Either way, I think I'm like, that's a circled fight. I'm so excited to watch that fight.
Yeah.
Next fight up is Rob Font versus Raul Rosas Jr. Who you got?
I have Rosas Jr. His grappling is light years above Rob Font's. Rob Font isn't Rob Font anymore. He's kind of aged out more than the Rob Font that we're thinking. I think that he will be surprised with Rosas striking. If Rosas does get hurt, he'll just grapple and he'll just make it either a boring fight or he'll submit Rob Font. I think that's a pretty easy fight.
I also have Rosas. I'm honestly really intrigued to see how far his striking is now, because we haven't seen him in like a year, but a year in his time, because he's only like, 21, 22 years old. Like him putting in a year of training versus other people that are like maybe 30, 31, putting in a year of training. He's going to go light years beyond what we've seen him before. So I'm really curious to see where his striking is at. Like if he could just like scrap with Rob Font, even it is old Rob Font, but Rob Font still has that jab. That jab is still wicked. So, I mean, if he could just outstrike Rob Font, that'd be sweet to see. I don't see him doing that. I think he's probably going to just be smart about it, strike, see where he's at. And if he feels any intimidation by Rob Font striking, he's just going to take it to the ground and either just pressure him for 3 rounds or, yeah, he'll submit him.
Yeah, I also think that Rosas, though, has been putting on a little bit of size to keep up with these guys in this division.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be some like little boy twerp at 135. He's going to be like, an equivalent.
Yeah, I think he's also going to be fast. Like he's like fast, so that's going to be a very interesting fight. I honestly want to see him go up and maybe go up against David Martinez. I think his grappling would be very interesting to go up against David Martinez. Because if he gets Martinez to the ground, I think that he puts out Martinez.
What about him versus Cheeto?
Come on.
Easy victory.
Wait, is he going to fight him at LFA when Cheeto gets cut?
Stop. The next one up is Moicano versus Ortega, but then that got cut. So now Moicano is going to be fighting Chris Duncan on April 4th.
Oh, okay. Thank God. I was like, are we about to choose that? Because I think it's Chris Duncan. Last time I checked. All right. Next fight up is Caio Borralho versus Reinier de Ritter. Who you got?
So I was going back and forth. I have to go RDR in this. I have RDR. I know Sean's probably going to have the fight nerds. I'm anti-fight nerds. Anti. Minus Pratis. Yeah, RDR is just way too active for Borralho. Borralho is going to go against the cage. I think RDR is going to walk him down. He's just better in every aspect. A lot of people are going to be looking at that Brendan Allen fight, but there was something wrong with him during that fight. There's no way he looked that gassed that early for that long. There's definitely a reason that he was like that. This isn't a 5-round fight. It's a 3-round fight. He will have the gas tank. He will show up that night. He's going to get it done against Borralho.
Well, Joe, I have RDR.
No, you don't.
I do.
You son of a bitch.
100%, dude.
My man.
So the main reason is psychological based. I think RDR after that fight, he got fucking humiliated on the internet. That's to say it very nicely. He got absolutely dunked on by every social media platform. Like it was, everyone was talking about how embarrassing that was, how he just quit mid-fight. You had the champion thinking that, you guys thought that he was even going to be a challenge for me. Like all the shit was thrown at him. If I was RDR, first of all, we know that he must have had an injury, because if you quit like that in the UFC, your ass is getting cut. Let's be honest. So there must have been some kind of pre-existing injury or something like that, or an illness that forced him to fight like that. And if you watch the fight over again, you'll notice that he was trying to finish the fight in the first couple of rounds.
First round, he was trying to
he was like, yo, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like he almost had the similar pacing and vibe as when you're in traffic and you're about to shit yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you're like, dude, I need to get home stat.
Yeah.
He was like that pace. So in retrospect, I think there was something wrong with him. But with that comes the fire of, I'm going to prove all these motherfuckers wrong. Every single one that doubted me right there, I'm going to show you, because he's the competitor like that. And he's going to prove on Saturday night that he is that fucking guy. Then he's probably going to call out Khamzat and be like, yo, what's good? I honestly think that's what's going to happen. He has way more to lose than Caio as well. If Caio loses, he just gets down. He's going to be in the, maybe between 10 and 15 in the rankings. If RDR loses, then he's on a full fucking skid. And one of those losses was him quitting. That's such a bad look for the UFC. He's potentially on the chopping block at that point. So I think this is a bigger moment for him. I think he's going to step to that moment, and I think he's going to ultimately take it.
Cosma and Sean Strickland are in the works.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm just saying. I mean, before this fight, Khamzat was like, yo, I'm not even going to deal with this guy. You guys thought that he was going to be a fucking challenge for me, right? If he puts on a good show against Caio, and he's like, yo, dude, I'm that fucking guy. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, that makes it interesting. Or he goes up against maybe Imavov, and that becomes an interesting fight. But if he loses, like, then we're in this weird phase of who's Caio now fight, because Caio now beat RDR, I guess he fights DDP at that point, right? But
I
then
don't even know how to pronounce that guy's name, so I can't even say it.
yeah. We're getting off topic, but yeah, RDR. I think RDR is going to win this, or you could probably maybe bet the over. I could definitely see it going over.
Yeah, I don't think that either are finishing.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean RDR might be able to submit him. I don't see Caio putting out RDR though.
I don't see that either.
I think if Caio wins, it's going to be by decision. But I think that if RDR wins, it's either going to be by submission or by decision because he just has more routes like that to win. Main event time, we have Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira for the BMF title. Who you got?
I have Max Holloway. He is the BMF. I think that he can keep it on the feet if he wants. He's going to hurt him on the feet. If it goes to the ground, I think he'll be able to hold his own on the ground, get back up, maybe even cause some danger for Oliveira. But, I mean, I know Oliveira could definitely submit Max Holloway and all this stuff, but I think it's going to stay on the feet. And then after Max gets this done, I wonder if he's going to call out Ilya to get that, to run that back.
Run that back, brother.
Run it back, brother.
Joe, I have Charles. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
No. If we're going to ride or die with Cody Garbrandt, we have to ride or die with Max Holloway. I think it's very interesting. So you have Max, the unit himself. In the last 10 years, he's only lost to two people, Alexander Volkanovski and Ilia Topuria. On the other hand, you have Charles Oliveira, who in the last 10 years has only lost to Islam, Arman, and Ilia Topuria. I think that's absolutely impressive. And it's crazy that they've only lost to the all-timers.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's because they are that good. They are BMFs.
They are that good. I think that Charles respects the BMF so much that he is not going to use ground game in this. Mm-hmm. I think he thinks that he can beat Max on the feet, and he's that guy. And I don't think he understands how good Max really is.
Just dangerous.
The thing is, he's always touching you, and you're never touching him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch him in any fight, it's so annoying. It must be so annoying to be in there with him, where you're just like, you're in front of him, and he's just throwing shit, and you think you're throwing shit, but you're not throwing shit.
It's like when you're fighting in your dream, and you're just getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, dude. It like literally, that's what it looks like when he's in his flow state, where he's throwing that like, you know, little oblique kick. And then he goes in with like a 1-2, and then he angles out, and you're just like, what the fuck, dude?
Are you ready for the spicy?
What?
What if he knocks out Oliveira? Because Oliveira, he looks big. He looks like 190 maybe going down. Max, he stays lean.
He stays lean, brother.
He stays lean, brother. So he doesn't have to cut a lot of weight. There's going to be a lot more fluid in his head when he goes in there, but it's going to be very dry in Charles's. So when he gets clipped, I mean, he could go night-night.
Dude, imagine he puts...
Let's see how he is after... he's coming back from a knockout, pretty bad knockout from Ilia Topuria.
Yeah.
And then he comes into this one against another very dangerous striker.
Yeah.
Let's see what it looks like. And his age.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. And also in the grappling exchanges, I think it's just going to be difficult for him to really get a hold of Max with how good Max's movement is. I think he would really have to chop at Max's legs, which are kind of susceptible to leg kicks. But I think he's going to really have to get to that. If it does get on the ground, though, I think that Charles, there's going to be a legitimate problem.
There's going to be a problem, but Max has spent so long on his ground game that he's now not the same fighter he was a long time ago. And he loves jiu-jitsu. He's a man of the craft.
I am not disagreeing with
enough
any
to get
points.
up, I mean. Yeah. Not to give him problems, but enough to get up.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you on that whatsoever. But Charles is a different level of black belt.
That's true. Look how good he did against Islam. Ooh, head and arm choke.
Okay.
Ooh, now wrestler choke. Now wrestler choke on a black belt. Ooh,
we've discussed this multiple times. There's a weird discrepancy between a wrestler that knows jiu-jitsu versus just a pure jiu-jitsu, right? But
try to do a head and arm choke on Justin Gaethje. Just saying. Good luck. Roll that clip.
didn't he get a head and arm choke against Justin Gaethje? Or did he get? Or did he RNC him?
RNC.
Okay.
No, but there's during Gaethje's road to UFC or whatever he does, the thing. He had everyone try to do a what's called head and arm choke on him, and he knows like the secret to like getting out of him and to always being safe.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean,
okay, but it's one again.
I don't think he's gonna submit. I'm not saying that Max is gonna submit him. I'm saying that Max has enough ground game knowledge now and enough explosiveness and athleticism to get back to his feet.
I'm just saying that there is a danger there.
Very high risk.
Yeah,
danger. I agree.
I'm just saying, like, he can't be on the ground too many times. Can you get up once? Sure, but like twice, 3 times,
maybe. But I don't think he goes to the ground. I think that what happens is, he clips Oliveira. Oliveira goes to the ground, does that weird thing where he does this on the ground with his legs up.
Yeah, but I think that at that point, I think that Max is just going to go and wave him up or chop at those legs, things like that.
I hope he just waves his ass up. I hate when they chop at the legs and it's like you wasted 45 seconds to get 2 leg kicks. I hate that. It's like, come on now. I mean, if you're down there and you're chopping at the legs or you're doing some damage, it's different. But like, just stand him up at that point.
That's
especially
true.
Max, who's a crazy active fighter.
Yeah, and his ability to switch stances is so like beautiful to watch. It's never a naked switch as well. He's always throwing something while he's switching stances, and he's always in, but then he's also not in. And it's so impressive to see. So I really think that he's just going to put on a really, really good performance. And then I'm excited to see what the next fight's going to be.
So Max Holloway KO?
I can definitely see Max Holloway KO.
Max Holloway KO within 3?
I mean, you're going to have to maybe subscribe to the Patreon, and you might see it on the spicy parlay.
All right. So, but for our regular parlay, money line.
Yeah.
you get the PG-13 stuff.
Yeah. If you want the rated R stuff, go to our OnlyFans.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's Fight Picks. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoy the content, all of our social media is linked in the bio. Be sure to subscribe, cash those tickets, and don't forget, bet smart, fight hard. We'll catch you in the next card.